What's going on, guys? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to wherever in the world you are watching from. I am your host today, Zebec United, and welcome to Coin Toss. Now, this is the first show that I'm doing on this segment right now. This is the sports segment of our channel right now for Zebec Global. And I couldn't think of a better first episode than to preview the upcoming FIFA World Cup, which is starting on June 11th. So, without further ado, let's get into it right now. So, for those who are not aware of how the World Cup works, there's 48 teams that have qualified into it. They are split into 12 groups of 4 teams in each group, split up through groups A through L. Each team in the World Cup is guaranteed to play 3 matches. They're going to play each team within their group once. So they play 3 matches total. The way it's going to work is if you win, you get 3 points. If you draw, you get 1 point. And if you lose, you get no points. So this is the group stage right now. From there, the top 2 teams from each group will automatically advance to the round of 32. And then after that, the 8 teams that finish in third place with the highest points totals across all the groups A through L will also advance as well. So without further ado, let's get into how I am breaking down how I think this World Cup is going to go. And for the purposes of this one, I'm just going to say for the group stage who I think is going to advance from each group. So I'll start with Group A. I think Mexico is going to win the group. I think South Korea is going to finish in second. And then also South Africa will be finishing in third and pull one of those third place places as well. Going to Group B, I think that Switzerland is going to win the group and Canada is going to finish as runner-up in the group. Going into Group C, we've got Brazil winning it, Scotland second, and Morocco taking one of those third place spots as well. Group D, this is the one everyone's interested in because obviously it has the US in it. I have Turkey winning the group. I've got Paraguay finishing second, and the US taking one of those third place spots as well. Group E, we've got Germany, Ivory Coast, and Ecuador. I'm predicting that order right now for Group E. Like it or not, let's see what happens. That's the best part about these predictions. That's all they are, is predictions. Going to Group F, I'm going to have the Netherlands as group winner, going to have Sweden as runners-up, and Japan will be taking one of those third place spaces. Going to Group G, got Belgium winning the group, and Egypt finishing as a runner-up. Group H, I've got Spain winning it, and I think they're strong contenders across this tournament as a whole, and Uruguay will be finishing second. Group I, France, the pre-tournament favorites, quite naturally I have them winning the group. I've got Norway coming up in second, and Senegal will be finishing up in third. Group J, all A's for me in this one going through. Argentina winning the group, Austria finishing second, and Algeria finishing in third. Group K, Portugal will be winning that group, and Colombia will be finishing as group runners-up. And finally, last but not least, Group L, I'm going to have England winning their group, Croatia will be finishing second, and Ghana will be finishing third. So before I move on right now into the knockout stages from the round of 32 moving on forward, I also wanted to highlight why this World Cup, there's so much speculation on this World Cup as well too, because there is a generation of players who this will more than likely be their last World Cup. And these are superstars that a bunch of people like myself grew up watching these players. So I will start off with who people regard as the greatest player of all time. I'm going to start with Leo Messi, playing for Argentina, 39 now, and he's getting up there in age. We don't know what can happen. Of course, they won the last World Cup. Can they repeat? I personally don't believe so. Next, you have Luka Modric. So you know him from his Tottenham, his Real Madrid days, and also he's more known now for Croatia. Getting up there as well, turning 40, so more than likely this will be his last World Cup that we'll see him at. Mo Salah, turning 34. He just left Liverpool right now, but this is first chance at a World Cup with Egypt. But with his age, and we don't know if Egypt will qualify for a World Cup again, so we'll see what can happen. Virgil van Dijk, another Liverpool superstar as well too, getting up there in age at 34. Are his best days past him? Who knows? Time will tell. Kevin De Bruyne for Belgium. Obviously, he made a name for himself in the Premier League at Manchester City as one of the greatest ever midfielders to grace the Premier League. But at 35, uh, I don't know. We'll see. James Rodriguez, 34 as well, made a name for himself at Real Madrid. He had a standout World Cup a few World Cups ago as well too, and getting up there in age as well too. But another superstar that we may be seeing the end of him after this World Cup. Heung-min Son, Tottenham favorite, South Korean favorite. I don't think you'll find a single person that dislikes him across the entire sport. It's a shame that this is probably going to be his last World Cup, so I hope that he goes out with a bang. We got Sadio Mane from Senegal. Depending on who you speak to, he could be an AFCON champion or not, but we'll wait to see on that ruling. But he's getting up there at age as well too. Key figure from the last World Cup that Senegal had as well, and a guy who made his name for himself at Liverpool as well too. Let's see what happens with him in this World Cup. We've got Neymar as well. He's coming into this tournament with an injury, so we don't know if we'll actually get to see him or not play. But I hope I get to see him one last time. And of course, I had to save the best for last because there's no way me as a Manchester United fan is biased. No, not in the least bit. But that being said, Cristiano Ronaldo, age 41, has the body of a 28-year-old. In my opinion, the greatest player ever to grace the game. And 41 years old, it's going to be highly unlikely that he'll be going at 45 if Portugal qualify for the next World Cup. So embrace it while you can is all I'm going to say on that one. But with that being said, let's move on into the round of 32. Going to start with Germany and the United States. I'm going to have Germany advancing over the U.S. It's going to be a short World Cup for one of the host countries, and it is what it is. Moving on to France and Morocco. Quite naturally, I'm going with the pre-tournament favorites, France, to advance on this one. South Korea and Canada. I'm going to go with South Korea to advance on this one. Another tournament host out in the round of 32, Canada. Got Scotland and the Netherlands. I think this game is going to be one of the games of the tournament. And I'm actually going to be predicting Scotland to upset the Netherlands in this match. Colombia and Croatia. Unfortunately, this is where we say goodbye to Luka Modric, and I believe Colombia will be advancing. James gets one more match. Spain against Austria. I'm going with Spain. Another one who's considered a pre-tournament favorite, and I think they will go far as well. Turkey versus Japan. I'm going to be predicting Turkey to advance. Belgium and South Africa. I think it's going to be Belgium moving on from that one as well. Next matches, we're going to have Brazil versus Sweden, and I am going to be having the potentially Neymar-led Brazil to advance. Ivory Coast taking on Norway. I think that Erling Haaland is going to inspire Norway to a great performance and a great victory. Mexico versus Senegal. There's one thing about Mexico that all Mexicans know whenever the World Cup happens, and that is that their goalkeeper, who is also up there in age, who I did not mention before because I wanted to highlight a special segment for him, Guillermo Meme Ochoa. He's one of these players where sometimes during World Cups, you will have these players that will disappear. You won't hear a single thing about them. All of a sudden comes time for the World Cup, and these guys get resurrected and absolutely just play the lights out. Ochoa is one of those players, and I think he's going to inspire Mexico to move on to the round of 16. England versus Ecuador. I think Harry Kane will inspire England to a victory over Ecuador as well too. Argentina and Uruguay. Purely South American matchup now for the round of 32. And I think that you're going to be looking at Argentina to advance for this one as well. Paraguay versus Egypt. Mo Salah's tournament will continue for another match, so I am going with Egypt to advance from here. Switzerland and Algeria. I'm going to be predicting Switzerland to advance. And last but not least, for the round of 32, going to have Portugal and Ghana. So before I move on to the round of 16 now, I also just wanted to highlight a couple of players well, consider them young players who I think are going to have great World Cups. I'm going to highlight Spain's Lamine Yamal, who is absolutely killing it at Barcelona. They just won La Liga, and the sky is the limit for this player. We'll see what happens. I think that Desiree Doué from France is another one who is going to shock some people. I think all the focus is going to be on Kylian Mbappe, and I just think that Doué is going to have a great World Cup as well. Norway's Erling Haaland, arguably the best striker in world football right now, and this is his first taste at a World Cup. I think he's going to go out there and he's going to put in a spectacular performance. That being said, let's move on to the round of 16. Germany versus France. I am going to be predicting Kylian Mbappe and Desiree Doué. France are moving on to the quarterfinals. Next, I'm going to have South Korea and Scotland. I believe the Scottish Scott McTominay is going to inspire Scotland into a great performance and moving on to the quarterfinals as well. Colombia and Spain. This is the end of the road for James Rodriguez. I've got Spain advancing. It's been a great career, James. Take a bow. Turkey versus Belgium. I'm going to be predicting a Kevin De Bruyne-led Belgium to move on. Brazil and Norway. Unfortunately, this is the end of the road for Erling Haaland, and this may be the only reason why he does not get the Golden Boot because he won't get as many opportunities. But Brazil will be advancing. Mexico versus England. Sadly, this is where I believe we say goodbye to Meme Ochoa and Mexico because I will have England advancing. Argentina versus Egypt. Mo Salah versus Leo Messi. Two greats. Only one can go. And in this case, it's going to be Leo Messi's Argentina moving on to the quarterfinals. Switzerland versus Portugal. This is where the Cristiano Ronaldo-inspired Portugal are going to advance to the quarterfinals. Moving on now to the quarterfinals, I'm going to start with France and Scotland. And this is the end of the road for Scotland. I've got France moving on to the semifinals. Spain versus Belgium. This is going to set up a mouth-watering clash in the semifinals. I have Spain advancing to play France in the semifinal. Brazil versus England. I'm sorry, Three Lions and Harry Kane. Tuchel couldn't take you far enough here. I've got Brazil moving on. And finally, the matchup that I believe everybody has had circled on their calendar. Argentina versus Portugal. Lionel Messi versus Cristiano Ronaldo for what could more than likely be the last time that we'll see it. Drum roll, please. Bruno Fernandes inspired Portugal this time will move on and knock out Leo Messi. What a great career Messi has had, but this is Cristiano and Bruno's time to move on. Going into the semifinals now, I've got France versus Spain. This is going to be a battle. You've got Kylian Mbappe and Desiree Doué taking on a Lamine Yamal-inspired Spain. I could actually see this one going to penalties. That's how closely matched these teams are. But I can just see France edging by and moving on to the final to take on the winner of Portugal and Brazil. And in this one, this is where we say goodbye to Neymar. Goodbye to Matheus Cunha. Goodbye to Carlo Ancelotti. Brazil, sorry, you're playing in the third place match. Portugal is moving on to the final to take on France. And in the final, I am predicting Portugal. Cristiano Ronaldo completes football and signs off on a legendary career. Let me know what your thoughts are, guys. Again, these are my predictions. I could be right. I could be wrong. I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys think in the comments as well, too. But, hey, that's the fun part about this game. Let me know. And for anybody who would love to debate me on this, let me know. I would definitely love to have you as a guest on the show again, too. But stay tuned for more from Zebec Global. I can't wait to see you guys soon. Until then, this is Zebec United signing off.